player ratings time. Let's start with Matt Turner. So I've given him a 7 because he kept a clean sheet. He made 2 very good saves. One, I think, 1-on-1, and the other in the 93rd minute. And then he also made another save, but that was a bit soft. They didn't actually have too much to do, especially in the first half. So there wasn't too much to judge him from, apart from the kicking and the 3 saves that he had to make. So, because Bodo didn't really attack that much. He had 3 saves, he had 1 high claim, and he saved 2 shots from inside the box. Passing accuracy, 63%. Not that bad for a goalkeeper, but obviously the ones that he didn't complete are very dangerous. Very, very dangerous, because he was giving them straight to them. He had 15 long balls, and 5 of them were accurate, which means 10 of them were inaccurate. That is a bit too high. I think Ramsey usually gets like maybe 3 or 4 of them wrong and like 10 of them right. So it's opposite for Matt Turner. He got 5 of them right and 10 of them incorrect or inaccurate. So that is definitely a worry, but he kept his clean sheet. I'm pretty sure that it's his first clean sheet in a national shirt, right? He considered a penalty against Zurich. Did he play during? Yeah, he played again in the friendlies, but Orlando City, did he play that game in competitive games for Arsenal? That is Matt Turner's first clean sheet, so I'm giving him a 7 for today. Next up is Kieran Tierney. I've given him an 8. Very, very good man today. Like, no silly mistakes. The way he was going forward, it was like the old Tierney that we know. The way he was pushing forward, that shot, oh my goodness! Like the way the post, like poof, like the way he hit the shot and hit the post, like I really wanted it to go in because it was a very powerful shot. No chance the goalkeeper would have saved that. It literally passed him like no chance. Like I really wanted him to score. And apart from that, he made a couple of interceptions, a couple of good decisions as well, where he would have decided to make the tackle, he'd have been left behind, but he decided to stick to his position, all that. And the crossing today was brilliant. So I'm going to give Tierney an 8 for today. Hopefully you guys agree. In terms of his stats, for today's match, he obviously got subbed off, so it kind of looks like he might start against Liverpool. He made 1 tackle, he was only dribbled past once, and he had a 97% in terms of accurate passes, 34 out of 35 per accurate passes. That is great. So I'm going to give him an 8 for today. Let me know if you agree or you'd give him lower. 8 for Tierney for today. Next up is the other guy on the other side, Tomiyasu. I'm going to give him a 7. Like, you don't know how good it feels to be able to bring in Tomiyasu for Ben White. You know, Tomiyasu was one of our best players last season, and now he's coming on as our second option. That is really good. Last season, if it wasn't for the injury, if Tomiyasu played the entire season, we'd probably have gotten that top 4. If Tomiyasu, Partey, and Tierney, not even necessarily all 3 of them, just Tomiyasu and our centre back, like Tomiyasu and Tierney, if both of them were there at the end of the season, even without Partey, you would have gotten something from one of those games, Newcastle or something. But obviously they all got injured and in a bit of trouble. But that is how good Tomiyasu was last season in his first campaign. And this season today as well, he's not afraid to get the ball and run with it. That is something to see with our right back, really great to see. Because these days, the right backs and the right wing backs, the likes of Trent and the likes of Reece James at Chelsea, all these guys, like, they can score 10 goals in a season. They are very good from free kicks, very good from corners, all that. So you need a bit of more ability from your right back, and Tomiyasu is great at running with the ball and a bit controlling as well. Didn't get the chance to put in too many crosses today, but he's very good in terms of tackling and interceptions. He got 2 clearances today, 2 tackles, 1 interception. In terms of ground duels, he was involved in 6 ground duels and he won 5 of them. Like the 6 battles he was involved in, he won 5 of them. That is really good to see. 82% in terms of accurate passes, and long balls he completed 4 out of 6. I remember there's one he literally put it right out of the pitch. So 7 out of 10 for him. He actually played the left side as well, so that was interesting too. He moved from the right side to the left side when Ben White came on, so good to see that. And then Rob Holding, I'm going to give him an 8. He kept a clean sheet and he also scored a goal. Very good head. It wasn't just an easy header. He actually moved past the defender, hit the defender, and he headed the ball. Strong, powerful header. The goalkeeper didn't have a chance with that one. Really good to see again from Rob Holding. We need players like this to be confident, because it doesn't get easy. Like when we play our Carabao Cup game next month, our Carabao Cup game is against Brighton. Brighton is not easy. Brighton is in the top 4 of the Premier League. So in a game like that, we need people like Holding to be really good, because all the competitions this season will be hard. You're going to face Brighton in the Carabao Cup. You might face Man City in the FA Cup. It's going to be hard. So the likes of Rob Holding have to be very good in terms of deputizing. And he's also getting involved in a few tackles, made a couple of good blocks. As I said, scored a goal. Let's see, he only lost the ball 4 times. That is not bad. 94% in terms of accurate passes, 67 out of 71. I do understand it's easier for the defenders to get a higher accuracy because they're just passing it at the back. But he actually attempted 7 long balls and he completed 5 of them. Rob Holding has been hanging out with Saliba and Ben White. He's even making good long passes. That is really good to see. Give him a new contract. Rob Holding, the guy that always comes from the bench, he started today. He gets an 8 out of 10. Fantastic performance. Next up is Gabriel. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Obviously, Holding got a goal. Gabriel didn't, but whatever he needed to do, he did it today. So let's hope in the next game against Liverpool is not going to be easy. He could be up against anyone. It could be Nunes, it could be Firmino, it could be Salah coming from that side as well. So he'll need to be really, really good. No silly mistakes. You know, those kind of mistakes where he gave away the ball to Mitrovic. You cannot do that with the likes of Salah, and those guys are going to be punished. Those guys have reached like a couple of Champions League finals, 3 Champions League finals in the last 5 years, Premier League competition with Man City. They're really good. Yes, they've not been good this season, but if you give Salah 3-4 chances, he'll score 3 of them. So he had 4 ground duels today. He won 3 of them. 2 aerial duels, he won 1 of them. He was also a massive threat whenever we were winning corners, as always. 89% in terms of accurate passes, 73 touches today. So not bad at all. He was part of the team that kept a clean sheet. So nothing to complain about Gabriel today. We've had a couple of bad performances from him or poor performances. So 7 for him. That's the difference. Matt Turner 7, Tierney 8, Tomiyasu 7, Holding 8, Gabriel 7. Hopefully you guys agree that. Let me know the ones you don't agree with. Midfield wise, I saw a couple of people saying Lokonga wasn't that great, but didn't really make any silly mistakes or anything like that. Let me check his stats. I gave him a 7 out of 10 from what I watched. I mean, he wasn't incredible like Partey. You know, Partey plays there, like he performs 10 times better, like in terms of going forward, quick game, everything like that. Accurate passes 94%, didn't really lose the ball. Lokonga today 4 out of 5 in terms of long balls. Ground duels, he only had 2. He didn't win any of them though. 1 clearance, he was dribbled past once, and he only committed 1 foul. I know Bodo didn't really have too much of the ball, but I don't think it was a terrible performance or anything like that. So I'm going to give Lokonga 7 for today. Next up is Granit Xhaka. Now, Xhaka got subbed off in the 57th minute. I wanted to give him a 6 because he got the yellow card, and silly yellow card because it was basically from him. He shouldn't have given away the ball. And he also went off early. But since he did have a couple of shots and he was getting forward as well as really, really well, I'm going to stick with the 7 because we won the game 3-0. I don't think we can be giving players 5 and 6, but I would understand if he says 6 for Lokonga or Xhaka, but let me know your reason. But Xhaka gets a 7 for today. We definitely need him fit for the weekend. Let's see how he does over the weekend against Liverpool. Again, it's not going to be easy. There's 200 of you watching on YouTube and Facebook. Make sure to hit the like button. I'll really appreciate it, as always. Next up is Fabio Vieira. What are we going to give Fabio Vieira? There's a stat I came across that is just amazing for a player who plays in his position. I'll talk to you about it. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. The control, oh my goodness. Forget about the goal and the assist. There's a couple of balls that came from the air, and the way he just controlled it so easily, fantastic. The cross for Rob Holding is the one who put in that cross for Rob Holding. Basically, even me and you would probably have scored that if maybe we don't have the strength of Rob Holding, but in terms of the way the ball was crossed, absolutely fantastic from Fabio Vieira. You can see Rob Holding really, really happy with him there. And then the goal, obviously it was all Gabriel Jesus, but good finish from Fabio Vieira. He also hit the post in this game, and always involved in the game. Basically, when you take out Odegaard for Fabio Vieira, these days it feels like you've done nothing because both of them are almost the same. Fabio Vieira is just as quality as Odegaard. Now, today Fabio Vieira, he had 1 long ball out of 1. He attempted 5 crosses. He had 2 shots on target, 2 off target. In terms of passing accuracy for Fabio Vieira, he had a 100% in terms of accurate passes. He didn't give away the ball even once. Do you know how crazy that is for someone who plays in his position? Because he's trying to put in through balls and all that, long balls, all that. 100% in terms of accurate passes. That is freaking fantastic. He didn't give away the ball even once. 100% in terms of accurate passes. Fabio Vieira, we have definitely signed a player there. There's a reason why we bought him for 40 million or something. He's very quality, and really good backup to have. Imagine backup. Fabio Vieira as a backup. Oh yes, things are looking good for us. So I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 because of that, and because he got a goal and he got an assist. That was his first goal at the Emirates Stadium. That is already his second goal in a national shirt, and he's not even started too many games. Remember, he just recovered from an injury the other day. 9 out of 10 for him. The forward players is a bit tricky because I don't think Marquinhos and Martinelli had amazing games. They were involved for sure. Every second ball they were trying to get to it. They were holding up the ball a bit well. I wanted to give them a 6, but I'm feeling really good because we are winning so many games. So I'm going to give them a 7, but I was thinking about a 6 because today wasn't Martinelli's best performance. So let me just confirm the stats with that. So far I've given him a 7 out of 10 as well. So he had 78% in terms of accurate passes. You see the difference? Fabio Vieira had 100. Crazy. It's very hard to have 100% in terms of accurate passes accuracy. 29 touches for Martinelli, 3 key passes. Ground duels, he won 3 out of 6. Aerial duels, he won both of them. He lost position 8 times, dribbled, passed twice. He was also caught offside once, and he was fouled once. I would understand if you give him a 6, but I'm going to give him a 7 because he was always involved in terms of the second ball, trying to win the second ball and all that, and obviously got subbed off early. That is why I was also thinking about a 6 out of 10, but 7 for him. 7 going to 6.5. Same with Marquinhos, 7 out of 10. I was hoping you'd get more minutes today. I was hoping he wouldn't get subbed off early. He really went off early today, before the 60th minute. Hopefully you can see more of him next time in the Europa League. There's a lot of Europa League games this month. We are in October, and we have all 4 of those Europa League games that are coming. All of them are in this month. So we're going to be busy with games. We still have 8 games to go this month. That's a lot. You're already on 7th of October. We are heading into 7th of October. So that's a lot of games to play for the rest of the month. So Marquinhos gets a 7. He can control the ball very nicely, as you can see on screen. He's not afraid to go past players, to dribble past players. Let me confirm his stats as well. So far I've given him a 6, but let's see. Not the best for today. 71% in terms of accurate passes, 3 ground duels, 1 out of 5, no aerial duels, 1, 3 tackles. Good to see from my winger. I want my winger to be involved in all that. 1 interception, and he's only dribbled past once. So I'm going to give him a 7 for today as well, just like Martinelli. And then up front, Nketiah. I really wish he'd have scored one of those chances he had, especially in the second half. But I'm still going to give him an 8 because could be an 8, could be a 7. I would understand if you gave him a 7. I know he missed a couple of chances, maybe even 3 of them that he should have at least hit the target from, but he was very involved. The first goal, getting himself into that position, the first 20 minutes, there's a time Rob Holding cleared the ball and Nketiah literally took the ball and ran past, rounded the defender who was marking him. He showed space. He showed skill. As I said, he's been hitting the gym a lot, Nketiah recently. So that is what I want to see from my number 14. The number 14s we've had over the last 20 years have been quite incredible. So Nketiah for today, I'm going to give him an 8. He always scores whenever he starts, just like today. So bigger to him. We need more good performances from him. Let me see his stats for today. I know he missed a couple of chances. So as I said, I would understand if we gave him a 7. 63% accurate passes, 33 touches. He had 8 ground duels. He only won 2 of them, actually. He was fouled once. He committed 2 fouls, tackles, dribbled past once each. So I'm still going to give him an 8 because he was definitely in the first half. All I had was Nketiah. All I was seeing was Nketiah running past players, getting the ball, passing the ball left, right, and center. So I think it's fair to give him an 8. So that is the full player ratings in terms of the starting lineup. Turner 7, Tierney 8, Tomiyasu 7, Holding 8, Gabriel 7, Lokonga 7 as well, Xhaka 7, Fabio Vieira 9, Martinelli 7, Marquinhos 7, Nketiah 8. As I've definitely said, I would understand if you gave a few players here a bit lower. There's a couple of players I feel like I've given a bit high. Maybe Marquinhos and Martinelli, and maybe Lokonga and Xhaka. Maybe they should be 6s instead of 7s. But let me know. Obviously, when you watch the game once, not every single rating will be accurate. There's a couple of things I missed as I was celebrating goals and all that, and tweeting and all that. So from the bench, who came from the bench first, it was Gabriel Jesus and a couple of others. I'm going to give him a 7. Like those 30 minutes he played, incredible. The assist for the goal, fantastic. Just that, it gave him an extra 2 points to give him a 7 out of 10. Fantastic player, definitely need him fit for the Premier League. Saka, he played 30 minutes, but he had actually missed a couple of balls, gave away a couple of balls, but I'm going to give him a 6. Could be 5. Odegaard put a very good through pass for Nketiah's chance where he shot it off target. I'm going to give him a 6. Ben White a 6 as well, and I did well as well when he came out for the last 10 minutes. And Nelson as well, I'm going to give him a 6. I wish he scored, I would have given him a 7. He actually almost scored. He had 2 chances. One of them he created for himself. And the second one, it was a good block from their defender. So 6 for Nelson as well. So no 5 today, 6s, 7s, 8s, and 9s. So that is my player. Those are my player ratings. Next up is Mikel Arteta. What are we going to give him for today? Changing the team like this. Let's see. Let me show you the lineup again, because we made a lot of changes. That this is definitely not our first team. Against Liverpool, you would expect if Zinchenko is fit, he might come back. Ben White, Saliba, Partey, Odegaard, Saka, and Jesus. Those are 7 players who will come back to this team. Marquinhos is still very new to this team. Fabio Vieira is still very new. Obviously Tomiyasu and Tierney, we have to protect them with their injuries. Holding doesn't get a lot of playing time like over the last 5 years. How many games has Holding played? Jacques as well, we have to take care of his minutes. Martinelli, very good to see him playing like every single game without getting injuries. Maybe the only thing I would have done is maybe given a chance to Sargent and Matthew Smith or one of them. I probably wouldn't have brought on all 3 of Jesus, Saka, and Odegaard. I'd probably have brought in 2 of them instead of 3. I would have given a youngster a chance, but I do understand we were only 2 goals up, and it only needed 1 chance from Bodo and Glimt to make it 2-1, and then it would be a Navi last 10 minutes. We didn't really want that, so maybe if we were 4-0 up by halftime, we would have brought them on. Even though we did that, we got a 3-0 victory. Some of you would say you'd have had a lot more, but you did create the chances, we just missed them. So I'm going to give Mikel Arteta an 8 out of 10 for today. We got the win that we expected. He rotated the team, and for the first half especially, it didn't really feel like we changed the team. That is basically the same Arsenal that has been playing in the Premier League with different players. So fantastic. And the one thing I love about our game these days probably comes from him. Every time we start a second half, we start the second half very quickly. Like within the first 1 minute of the second half, we've had a shot. As I said, against Tottenham, we had already scored in the 47th minute. Today, Jacques had a shot within the first 20 seconds of the second half. Really good start, which means whatever they're being told at halftime is working. So great to see that. Those are my player ratings.